Hey you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Enam and today I'm going to cook for you guys rice Bukhari, or as Middle Eastern culture says, rules al Bukhari. Alright, this rice dish is made as a side dish. It's made with chicken, but mostly it's made with lamb. Today I'm going to be a little extra and make chicken and lamb rice Bukhari. If you want to learn how to make an impactful, flavorful Middle Eastern dish that is so good, that's so long lasting, if you want to just make something different besides tacos and chicken Alfredo, keep watching. I'm going to show you guys step by step what to do. Disclaimer, if you're looking for a meal that's cheap, quick, less spices, skipping steps, this is not the one. You guys, this recipe has to be made perfectly to get the true authentic Middle Eastern taste. So if you guys want to learn how to add something else to your recipe book, keep on watching. All right guys, this is what you will need. You can substitute some things, but some things has to go in. For example, this rice dish has to have onions, carrots, and raisins. Now I don't like raisins in my rice, or period, but cook with the raisins, and if you don't like them, take them out, but please don't skip out on the raisins. I don't use cardamom. I use everything else but that, so you can also skip on that. And they usually use cinnamon cloves, but I just use ground cinnamon. So here is what you'll need. You'll need basmati rice. You'll need chickpeas. You'll need oil and butter. Chicken or lamb. I do both. 2 onions. 6 cloves of garlic. Tomatoes or tomato puree. Cilantro. Lots of carrots. Raisins. Doesn't matter what kind. And that's my spice mix that you saw on my chicken and my lamb. And it is bay leaves, cinnamon, garlic powder, cumin, turmeric, coriander, sea salt, and pepper. Now, like I said, you can substitute some things, like you don't have to put garlic powder since you already have garlic in your food. If you're going to use the cinnamon clove, you don't need the cinnamon. You don't have to put pepper, but you definitely need coriander, turmeric, and cumin. Let's get started. All right, you guys, the first thing that you're going to need to do is soak your basmati rice. You have to soak it. You can do at least 20 minutes, but I recommend you soaking it for 30 minutes. Because I'm cooking for a lot of people, I'm doing 3 cups of rice. You can do it less or more if you need to. Just do 1.5 per 1 cup of rice. So I'm doing 3 cups of rice. So I'm going to be doing 4.5 cups of water. For soaking it, that doesn't matter. Just clean your rice really good and soak it for 30 minutes. All right, so you want to have your rice soaking while you begin preparing the masala, or the base of the rice. All right, you guys, so while the rice is soaking, we're going to start with our base. And some people use oil, some people use butter. The trick is to use a little oil and a little butter. So I'm going to put, and I just have some canola oil here. I'm just going to put a little bit of oil in my pan. And this is 3 tablespoons of butter. So you want to make sure the butter gets melted down all the way before you add your onion. All right, when your butter is completely melted, you are going to add in all of your onions. Now, ladies, I'm going to give you a tip that you didn't know. You need your onions to be translucent and soft, but not brown or burnt. So what you can do is add a little bit of salt to your onions, and that's going to cook them down and not allow them to get brown. Right, so I'm just going to cook these onions and make sure that they're all soft and translucent. You can put a top on the top to make it cook faster, but I'm not, because I don't like all the extra steam in mine. I'm just going to be a little patient and let my onions cook. All right, ladies, that was fair game of how you can get your onions translucent and soft and not burn or brown them. Just add a little bit of that salt to your onions and it will cook down really nice. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and add in my garlic and my carrots. Right, so I'm going to add my garlic and all of my carrots. And I'm just going to give that a good stir. All right, stirring my carrots and garlic into my onion mixture. And once it's all combined, I'm then going to add my raisins. Now, you guys, you have to put raisins in this dish, as I said, but I don't like raisins, so I'm not even going to put the whole box. I'm just going to put enough to where I can pick some out once it's cooked, okay? All right, now you can go ahead and fry all those things together. As that is sauteing together, I'm going to go ahead and add my bay leaf and about half of my seasoning mixture to this onion mix. And I'm going to go ahead and saute those for a few minutes. If you could smell the way this onion mixture smells with the raisins, you would understand why they add raisins to it. And I don't mind picking them out because the flavor that it gives everything is just, it's bomb. So I'm going to give you guys a close-up of how it should be looking before I start adding more things. Here's a close-up of my mixture. The onion should be so soft that it looks like noodles, but not brown. You want them cooked down softly, but not burnt or brown tasting. So at this point, when it's all nice and sauteed like this, I'm going to go ahead and add my tomatoes and cilantro. Now, you guys, most people use tomato puree or tomato paste, but I just go ahead and chop up 2 medium onions or 1 large onion and cook it in here. And then by the time it's done, it's tomato paste. But if you want to skip that step, you can add your tomato paste instead. But I'm just going to go ahead and add my tomatoes and my cilantro. So all of your fresh veggies should be in the pot by now. And I'm going to continue to let this saute. I'm actually going to cover it for about 5 minutes to let it get really soft. And I'll be back to show you guys what it looks like. Just ignore my 2-year-old singing in the background. This is what my mixture looks like after 5 minutes of putting the top on. And my tomatoes are getting nice, soft, and mushy. That's what you need, for them to be nice, soft, and mushy. Now, at this point, when everything's looking good and coming together, that's when you're going to add your meat. So, like I said, you can make this completely meatless if you're a vegetarian. This can be completely meatless, made with just the veggies you see. A lot of people use chicken. Most people use lamb. I'm going to cook them with mostly chicken, but I'm also going to do a lamb shoulder for seasoning. So, I'm going to go ahead and add my meat, and I'll come back and show you guys what it looks like. So last night I seasoned my chicken and lamb with the same seasoning I showed y'all that was in the bowl. That's totally optional. I go ahead and season my meat overnight and let it soak in all those flavors just to make it more flavorful. But like I said, totally optional. You can put the seasoning on right before you put it in the pan, or dry rub, or however you want to do. But for the most flavor, I suggest that you go ahead and season your meat the night before. So you're just going to pan fry this for 2 to 3 minutes on each side. So I'll let you guys see what it looks like when it's done frying. Alright, y'all. It's been cooking about 3 minutes on one side, so I'm going to go ahead and flip it. It smells so good. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and let it cook for 3 minutes on the other side, and then I'll be back with you guys to show you what to do next. Alright, you guys, I have fried it for 3 to 4 minutes on both sides. So at this point, that's when I'm going to add my water and my chickpeas. Now, you guys, I know I'm Middle Eastern, but I don't like chickpeas. If you do like chickpeas, add the whole can. If you don't like chickpeas, do like me and just add about half. Okay? I do it because I don't want to mess up the recipe, but I don't like them, so I don't put as many. Also, that's when you're going to go ahead and add your water. Now, your water needs to be covering the chicken. So, like I said, I'm going to put about 5 cups of water, 4.5 to 5 cups of water. And you're going to turn your heat on high, and you're going to boil this for at least 10 minutes, uncovered. Okay, I'll be right back with you to show you guys. So I put 5 cups of water, but my chicken is not covered. It is very important that your chicken is covered. So I'm going to add another cup of water. And I'm going to go ahead and add my seasoning. So, you know the seasonings I told you guys to put half in with the vegetables? That's when you're going to go ahead and dump the rest of the seasonings. You're going to give it a stir, let it boil for 10 minutes. Y'all could smell the way my house smells right now. Oh my goodness. So this has been boiling for 10 minutes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of my meat out, and I'm going to cook the rice, put the rice in. So I'm going to take all the meat out. The lamb, I'm actually going to take off the bone and shred it so it can be pieces of lamb in the rice. And the chicken, I'm going to leave on the bone. So I'm going to take all the meat out, and I'll be right back with you. All my meat out. I'm going to take all the lamb off the bone and shred that. And then the chicken, I'm going to fry. But this is my water. Now, this is all my vegetables, my puree, my spices. And now it's a chicken and lamb broth. And so I'm going to add my soaked rice. This rice has been soaking for about 35 minutes. I'm going to add all my soaked rice to the pot. I'm going to bring it to a boil again, let it boil for 5 minutes, and then turn it on low for 15 minutes. And while I'm letting the rice cook on low for 15 minutes, that is when I'm going to fry my chicken. I'll be right back to show you. My rice is rapidly boiling in my stew. I'm going to give it a quick stir, cut it all the way down on low, and cover it for 15 minutes. And let's see how it looks when we come back. So my rice is about halfway done. So I wanted to show you guys what it looks like. It's almost done. It looks and smells amazing. And then I'm going to just fry my chicken legs for a few minutes on both sides. And since it's been marinating all night, I'm just going to add some sea salt and turmeric. That's all. And I'm going to fry it on both sides for a nice golden brown. I only had one little small lamb shoulder, so I cut it all up, took the fat off, and I'm just going to dump it back into my rice on top, and then put the cover back on for it to finish cooking. About half of my chicken. I don't want to crowd my pan, and this huge monstrous rice pan is taking up the stove. So I'm cooking it in batches. You just need a golden brown. It's going to be yellow from the turmeric, but you just need a golden brown. It's basically almost all the way cooked already because it's been boiling in the water. So you just need to get a brown golden color on your chicken. So you can eyeball that and see how long you want to cook it. Y'all, that this rice is everything. Okay, so the rice is done. I'm going to give it a quick toss with my lamb. I'm going to mix everything that came to the top all around, and then I'm going to set my top on for about 5 more minutes if my son will let me. Here we go. The rice is done. We are getting ready to put it in the serving dish with the chicken and fresh cilantro. Most Middle Eastern people put pine nuts, almonds, more carrots or raisins on top. I'm just going to Danish it with some cilantro. Pair it with some fresh cucumber salad. All right, you guys, there you have it. Rice Bukhari with lamb and chicken. Y'all, it is so good. I hope you guys try this recipe. I hope you guys add this in the rotation to your family meals. It is so good. If you're craving a different taste, if you want some Middle Eastern food, if you want to just make something different, I really encourage you guys to make this. Love you guys. Have a good day.